Could the Bears make a move for a former number 1, first overall pick? Let's break it down. There's been some buzz about the Jaguars possibly being open to trading Trayvon Walker. A recent report suggests teams around the league are showing interest in the 2022 first overall pick. One NFL executive even said the offers could be so strong that Jacksonville might not be able to turn them down. Walker has been a polarizing player from the start. He was the top pick in his draft class, but many questioned whether he was worth it. He had all the athletic tools, but wasn't all that productive in college. After his rookie season, people started wondering if the Jaguars reached for him at number 1. But now, the production is improving. His quarterback hits, sacks, and tackles for loss have all gone up. He may never fully live up to the expectations of being the first overall pick. Few do. But look at Jadeveon Clowney. He never became a superstar, but he still had a solid career. Walker looks like he's on a similar path. Maybe not a game changer, but a dependable player who could be around for a decade. The Jaguars have a decision to make. With a new coaching staff in place, they might want to put more resources into the offense and build around Trevor Lawrence. Walker is heading into the final year of his rookie deal before the team has to decide on his 5th-year option. They basically have a year to commit to him long-term or move on. If they don't see him as part of their future, trading him now would make more sense than declining his option and letting him walk for nothing. As for the Bears, they've done some work to improve their defensive line, but there's still room for another playmaker. They added Grady Jarrett to strengthen the interior, and Deatrick Wise Jr. should provide help on the edge. But Walker would give them another solid piece in the rotation. If they brought him in, they'd have 5 quality players for 4 spots, creating flexibility and depth. So, should the Bears make a move? That's the big question. They've already spent a lot this offseason, but if the price is right, adding another young, talented edge rusher could be worth considering. If you're trading for Trayvon Walker, you're probably committing to an extension, if not right away, then within the next year. The only way you wouldn't is if the deal completely flops. Personally, I'm always open to trades, as long as you're not overpaying. And while reports say the Jaguars would consider moving him if the offer is strong enough, let's be clear, I wouldn't give up a first-round pick for him. But a day 2 pick? That's the kind of deal I'd at least consider. Getting a productive player without giving up a premium asset is usually a win. So, should the Bears make the move? What do you think? If you're all in, you trade for him. If not, you pass. Simple as that. Now, any trade discussion has to include the financial side. If Walker gets moved, his cap hit for this year and 2025 would be $5.8 million. Not bad at all for a player on a rookie deal. And the team acquiring him would also have the choice to pick up his 5th-year option, assuming they trade for him before the deadline, which is coming up soon. If you're the Bears, you're probably picking up that option or working out a long-term extension right away. One way or another, if you're bringing in Walker, you're planning to keep him for more than just a rental year. Now let's talk about what he brings on the field. He's put together back-to-back 10-sack seasons, which looks great on paper, but is a little misleading. He's not one of the elite pass rushers in the league. He's a good player, a solid run defender, and an above-average pass rusher. But he's not special in that area. His 56 pressures on over 550 pass rush snaps put him at just over a 10% pressure rate. That's decent, maybe slightly above average, but it's not game-wrecking production. He's capable of getting to the quarterback, no doubt. 10 sacks in back-to-back years isn't a fluke. But how many of those were true impact plays? And how many were just cleaning up plays someone else created? That's the real question. Walker is a good player. Maybe not a great one, at least not yet. Could he still get there? Sure, he's got the athletic ability, and he's shown improvement from his rookie year to now. He'll probably never live up to the number. 1 overall pick status. But could he be a solid first-round caliber player for the next 8 to 10 years? That's still on the table now. When you dig into the numbers, things get interesting. He's 3 years in, and if you trade for him, you're likely committing to an extension. So what's the price? Somewhere in the $18 to $20 million per year range seems fair, based on his production. But anything close to $30 million? That's a different story. As for trade value, here's how I'd approach it. I'd offer pick number. 72 straight up. If the Bears went with number. 41 instead, I'd want something back. Maybe a fourth rounder, like pick number. 105, to even things out. Chicago doesn't currently have a fourth round pick, so this would help them maintain draft volume. It's all about finding the right balance. Would you make a trade like that? Would you give up a package equivalent to a third-round pick? If so, you're saying yes. If not, you're passing. Simple decision. For me, it all comes down to the extension. If Walker is looking for $25 to $30 million a year, I'm out. But if you can lock him in for around $20 million per year, maybe something like a 3-year, $60 million deal, then I'd be open for business. Whether the Bears would go for it is another question, but if they did, it would give them even more flexibility in the draft when it comes to positional value. Now, shifting gears from Walker to the upcoming season, how does Vegas feel about the Bears? FanDuel just released its latest odds for the NFC champion, and Chicago sits 7th on the list. That puts them behind the Eagles, Lions, 49ers, Commanders, Rams, and Packers. 7th best in the NFC? That's not crazy. If you break it down, it basically means Vegas sees them as a potential 7th seed. It's a respectable spot, but it also shows there's work to be done if they want to be taken seriously as contenders. I could see the Bears being a top 5 team in the NFC. That's not a crazy thought. If you're a Bears fan, you should have playoff expectations. They've got a new coaching staff, talent across the board, and while there are still areas to improve, running back, linebacker, safety, the trenches, those can be addressed in the draft. Winning 10 or 11 games isn't some wild fantasy. If Caleb Williams develops the way they need him to, that kind of season is absolutely on the table heading into 2025. Now, let's talk about the schedule. On paper, it's not the easiest. The home slate looks pretty manageable. You get Dallas and the Giants, the 2 weaker NFC East teams. Cleveland and Pittsburgh, probably the lesser teams in the AFC North, are also coming to Chicago. And you've got the Saints at home. Those are winnable games. But the road schedule? That's a different story. All 3 division games, plus the Eagles, Commanders, Ravens, Bengals, and 49ers. That's a tough stretch. The only road game that looks favorable is against the Raiders, and even that's no guarantee. Winning on the road in the NFL is never easy. Bottom line, if the Bears are going to be a good team, they'll need to beat some of these good teams. A strong draft and real progress from Caleb Williams could put them in position to win 10 or maybe even 11 games. That should be enough to secure a wildcard spot, if not challenge for the division. So, what do you think? Predict the Bears' record for 2025. Are they a 9-8 team? A 10-7 team? In the NFC, 10 wins should just about guarantee a playoff spot. Let us know your thoughts.